Hello, how y'all doing? Me again, Tradell, the Comic God, and today we're doing a little bit of what we did last time. So last time, what I did was create concepts for oh, sorry about that. Was create concepts for the short story I'm writing. This is the main character, and I'm trying to just figure out what he looks like. So, these are what I came up with, and now I'm going to make a good version. I decided I'm going to do two. So one is going to be like his Earth look, and he goes into space on this one, just like you see over here, the space demigod. Oh, whoops, the space demigod. And then I'm just gonna polish it up, make it look good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the two tonight or if I'm just gonna get one done tonight. And it doesn't matter. We'll see what happens, right? We're gonna do what feels right. So what I decided on doing, let me just um, let's merge visible and then merge visible. Um, let's turn that one off so I have it all on one layer now. And then get rid of those numbers because I know what I'm doing now. All right, so his on home look, I am just going to go with this right here, this guy. I really like it. I don't know. There's something the about it that feels super artsy and interesting. So I'm gonna do the full concept. But when it comes to his in space look, I'm going to do an amalgamation. So I think I'm gonna go with his torso, his face, and then that way I have the glasses from this, so it's continuity thing, even if it's only a little bit. And then I'm gonna go with this one's pants, and then yeah, the mix of the three will be his in space look. So I think I'm going to sketch that out, and then I'm going to see how much I like that design first, and then I'm going to probably draw. Oh, whoops, jeez. Probably draw him. So I'm going to separate him, copy paste, and then for this I'll put over here. Wait, hold on. Oh, it wasn't on that layer. Whoops. Ba-ba. I just started watching Stranger Things, the new season. I don't know why every single time I that show gets a new season, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to watch it. I don't really care. Did I really like it that much before? And then every single time, all four times, it's hooked me immediately. I don't know why I can't admit I like the show off jump, but I think I get tired of it. Like the last three episodes, and then the final episode is always a banger, so I'm like, that was dope. But like, I don't know how much I care about it, and then it comes back, and then the cycle happens all over again. I don't know why that's the case. So, going to add another. Let's go. Brush a little bigger. So we will want that. Oops. That. Maybe that with long hair, since his hair is longer here. We'll see though. And then this guy has no hands. I forgot to draw his hands last time. And then that. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking one of the mannequins that I used to create those before, and I'm just bringing it up so that I don't have to like draw a pose again. That'll be later. Drawing the pose will be later, and it'll be something that really fits both his costume and his appearance, his vibe. His costume, his appearance, his vibe, his powers, even. I'm not sure if I'm going to do just one pose or a few. Probably a few to show off what he can actually do as well. Lower this down, and let's get overlay going. Always turn it to red on the first one. The rough is red. The sketch sometimes is blue, depending on how many passes, and then the ink is black, obviously, unless, special circumstances. Okay, so let's start with the middle. And I never, not never, when I'm working on projects, I sometimes title my layers when I'm not now, and sometimes I just don't at all, and it gets hella confusing. But sometimes I'm just like, I'm in it, so I want to create. I'm going to turn on my pencil brush. I like that one so much better, just because it feels more organic, and something about the ink brush makes me feel a little nervous, like I'm using actual ink for some reason, which doesn't make any sense. And I mess up plenty when I'm using it, but just when it comes to sketching, I prefer this a little bit more, Alright, so I'm going to start with, okay, wait, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to turn on some music. It's definitely going to be Wu-Tang, because like I've said on almost every show, I'm obsessed with them right now. I'm not sure why, but hey. Well, they're good, that's why. But right now it's Big L to put on, or put it on, sorry. All right, so now we're gonna start with this vest-like thing. I really like this because, I don't know, it reminds me of like a Maybe something a space monk might wear. Which, in my opinion, is cool. And I love the sun on it because the sun's over here too. So again, it's another carryover. And he controls light, so it makes sense. But oh, and I came up with a name for this guy. I wasn't sure last stream, but you see, I saved the thing as Solar Smith character design. So his name is Solar. His last name is Smith, and it's kind of corny, but it's like the same superhero naming system that I love, with the double alliteration plus solar like the sun, like light, and Smith like blacksmiths, and he creates things with light. Solar Smith. I think it's dope. Um, but I'm a little lame sometimes. That might be why. But yeah, no, I'm into that old school naming system for comics. So as much as I can, I do. Or I will name name it something weird like that. Plus, I like names to have meaning. Not all the time, but most of the time. So that's definitely the case this time. Got to change the eraser to the same brush. Also looks weird. I love sleeveless hoodies. It's definitely a vibe, in my opinion. I actually got a sleeveless hoodie today. That's literally just this hoodie, maybe slightly darker, and it's sleeveless. I love it. Sleeveless hoodies, t-shirt hoodies, any regular hoodies, any version of hoodies. I'm here for it. Um, and vests are a thing I love too. And never worn a vest like this, but often wear vests like this guy over here. I have like 3 of them in my room right now. But and it's always a bummer uh when summer comes, even though I've been complaining about winter all year. I'm like, I can't wear my favorite clothes. I can wear the sleeveless hoodies, but the vests, the sweatpants, the sweatshirts, none of them are it anymore. Which is always sad, but that's life. I should really just buy more just nice summer clothes, but or comfy summer clothes really, because what I'm comfy in is what I enjoy. Right, so a bunch of collared shirts, nice if I'm going somewhere, but like if I'm not, like, the heck am I doing here? You know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm talking about. But it's late, so I'm just going where my mind takes me. Again, I like this character having uh, long fingers. Like he can actually knead the light into a physical existence, which is interesting. I don't really know how his powers work, but I kind of have a vibe on how they work. Um, and it's all light based. And I'm reading the Light Bringer right now, so that's probably why I made a character like that, because it's fun. It's a fun power system. Anything to do with light. I was obsessed with Green Lanterns for the longest time. That was I want when I was a kid. I really wanted a lantern ring. Like I always some of my friends, they're all like, "Oh, I wanted the acceptance from Hogwarts. I really wanted to go to Hogwarts." I was just waiting to be worthy for for a Green Lantern ring. That and or um waiting for my mutant powers to manifest, which still haven't given up on, but hey, we'll see what happens. Hands are weird. Jeez. Anyways, yeah. So if anyone has any information on how to obtain mutant powers or a Green Lantern ring, hit me up. But yeah, I'm just copying this guy right here. This guy's jacket. And actually, you know what? I gotta put his hood up. Yeah, I'm gonna put his hood up. Because I wasn't really paying attention. I missed that. See? What a beautiful thing about digital. Absolutely love it. I have to erase it by hand otherwise. Ugh, exhausting. It would be all smudgy and stuff. Hate it. But it does encourage you to really think, which is a good part of that. Yeah, and I like the hair, the twists. And I think the glasses are fire. I tried to buy a pair of round glasses like these, round sunglasses, and they broke immediately. I literally bought them for Halloween. I was a cowboy, and I had a whole vibe going on. Cowboy hat, circle glasses, poncho, everything. And before the party, they even broke. I had a second pair because you always gotta have a backup, and then I lost those. I have no clue what happened to those. Like immediately at the party. But that's life, right? Is everyone else going to parties and losing glasses and breaking glasses? Or was that the fastest someone has ever lost glasses? I need this information, please and thank you. Just me and my crew, all I gotta do is... It's funny, I was talking about that, and then Party and Bullshit by Biggie came on. Literally perfect for what I was talking about. Eyes. I think for his eyes, I'm gonna make them like rainbow, like every color. Maybe they look black from afar, and then like rainbow when you get close up. That would be interesting. Or maybe they don't, and that's why he wears his glasses, because he doesn't like people asking why his eyes are every color. He's just sick of it by now. That'd be interesting. That's kind of I like kind of writing story stuff while I draw because because I just come up with more and more visual ideas that could run into the story. And I don't know if they'd be super important in the story, but just little quirks that things have, that everyone has in reality that some people don't put in stories, I think is good to have sometimes. Um, like someone not loving that people ask about this particular part of their appearance, right? In a lot of stories, they could just miss that, and this just makes it feel a little more real, in my opinion, anyways. But I'm a reader that loves character, um, even more than plot. If you have a fun character that I can feel for, I'm here for it. Obviously, the plot has to be at least half decent for me to be into the story. You could have the greatest character ever, and then a bad story. There's no point. Or yeah, and then a bad story. There's no point. But if it's a moderate story and a dope character, I'm still in it. All right, it's not bad. And I like that this is his off-world look because it doesn't necessarily look like something that you would see worn here. Hmm. Trying to figure out what to put on his hands because I feel if they're a little too bare, I don't think I like that. I might do the armband here and then the gloves here, but the gloves are a weird aspect I added, but I want the character to be a little weird. Because he's an artist, right? And that leads directly into his powers. So yeah, no, I'll add it. These are like the drawing gloves that you would see digital artists use. I have a pair somewhere, but I always end up losing it somewhere. I know it's by my desk because I recently found them, but they're always missing. I don't know what to say about that. And I think they look cool. And then the armband. And I like when I'm designing to jeez, to add a certain amount of asymmetry, right? Something on his hand, something on his arm. This part's long, this part's short, right? But also a little bit of balance. This part slopes down. You have something else sloping down. You got his bag over here, right? Asymmetry, but also different symmetry. I don't know what to call it, but and then the pants and shoe. I forgot I made this guy wearing flip flops. I like that, but probably gonna go with these shoes. Maybe these ones. I don't know. I'll do the pants first, and then I'll decide then. I'm listening to Danny Brown right now. His new podcast is fire. It's so good. Um, I think he's on Tom Segura's podcast, like label or studio or whatever you want to call that. Um, and one of the best things Tom's ever done. It's a really good It's a really good podcast, and the dude is hilarious. Just being half ridiculous, but he's also actually gives really good advice, and he says some real shit, which I was surprised. I thought it was just gonna be him being wild because that's the only part of him that I've seen him do, right? But he's also a human, which big shock. As a joke, because of course he's human. He's a he's a human, you know. But yeah, I think when rappers or anybody really, when it comes to entertainment, but rappers, they're cool kind of toning down their persona or just kind of leaving their persona, um, dropping their persona when they become older, which is good. Like, who are you actually, right? I'm always curious about that. I don't like how I'm drawing the pants. Let's get rid of that. Because when people try to do their thing when it's on something like a podcast, it always feels awkward to me. Like like they're being fake. Oh. And you can tell that when it's a hour, 2 hour, 3 hour podcast. Hmm. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, honestly, when it comes to these the characters I create, I'm kind of like, what would I be happy wearing? Because this looks hella comfortable. This one, which is the next one I'm going to clean up, looks hella comfortable. I'd never wear these ripped jeans. It's just not my vibe. But dress shoes, right? You get good sized dress shoes. Great. This, the baggy ass pants with a collar. I've not worn that, but I feel like that'd be comfy as hell, right? It's more this superhero look that always ends up like how I would dress. But I do kind of I dress as close to a superhero as possible with all my. Sorry, I'm trying to focus and also talk, and that is a skill I still haven't completely mastered. And then these pants have like a texture. Um, so this part is regular like fabric, cotton or whatever, and then this part is more of like a rubbery feeling. I don't know materials, but more of like a rubbery feeling thing, and it's like ribbed. I guess it has like lines or tubes in it, and it's just a good. It's an interesting feel. I'm all about texture, so. But these are pants I'd definitely wear. Like I said, dress them like how I dress myself. I have to figure out what his color scheme is. Since his name is Solar, I might do warm colors, but also his vibe is more chill. And kind of like go with the flow artist type. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure yet. And have to consider what would look good on him too. Right, for whatever skin tone he has, which I haven't decided either. All right, shoes. Ba, ba, ba. All right. I think I'm gonna go with just like the basketball look. Or this is more of a comfy. I don't know. I have two. One more of an Air Force look, like higher top type deal, and one more like a basketball shoe type look. And I don't know what I like better, but I feel like for story reasons, he wouldn't need basketball shoes. He'd be more chillin'. At first, anyways. Because there'll be a twist. One I'm not sure of, but it'll happen. Because who doesn't love a good twist, am I right? I always make feet too big, and then I have to rein it in after. Ba-ba-ba. Or should have little suns on his shoes as well. Why the heck not, huh? And then let's do both, and then I'll make them smaller. 2, 3, ba-ba. All right, now let's make those a little smaller. Oh. All right, that looks good. And then there you go. Yeah, I think that's good. And then let's add the sun. Alright. There. I like that. And then it has a few correlations to this, which is his earlier outfit. And I think that's important. But I still want to give this guy like a bag or something. Like, I don't know what. Maybe he has a backpack slung over his not that high obviously. Like a backpack slung over his arm or something. Because one of the things is I need a place to he needs a place to put his designs for what he creates with his power. But with this, we have oops, group, and then we'll hide that. Let's bring those to the top. Okay, perfect. So these are the two final ones. So he starts off in this. Oh, let's switch it. And then ends up in that. I might make this the same material as the pants, and you get that cohesiveness, and then this breaks it up like these two. So bring it up, then go there. Same thing. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know why I make noises when I try. I got like those sound effects. So dumb, but hilarious. And then for the hood, I think I don't know for the hood because I can make it all. No, I think it should just be bordered with the with whatever material the sides are made of. There. And then no drawstrings because it's not sleek. Yeah, I personally like them. Yeah, looks interesting. All right, so now let's group these. And then we're gonna make them red and turn that down. I'm not sure if I should ink them or do like a face. yeah, I'm gonna design his face and know what he really looks like. So this is when I usually go look for reference, which I'm gonna do here, but I'm just gonna do that on my phone, just because I don't know what I can and can't show on Google. You know what I mean? Like showing a random picture will make everything demonetized or something. Not demonetized. I don't make money for this, but I'm not monetized yet. What am I talking about? I mean, like get it taken down. So what I'm looking for is I'm literally gonna just Google skinny black guy and see what I got. And then I usually find like 3 or 4 people that I like, and then I'll either do an amalgamation or a few of them will just and be inspire me to make something very specific. But I always like doing my Googling later because yeah, no, this jeez. This search doesn't really help. Yeah, this doesn't help. Anyways, hey, let's try it out. Huh? Let's make this a little bigger. Let's zoom in. So mainly I'm looking for like I'm wondering if I should give him a tattoo or something. Maybe of like a triangle on like maybe the side of his face. Or not a triangle, a diamond. A what's a prism? Now I can't see it. It's either a I think it's a oh like a yeah, no, it's like a pyramid, right? Um so I'm thinking maybe that on the side of his face might be interesting, just as another homage to his power. And I like having things on someone's face or a distinctive something distinctive on their face, so that if it's so it looks unique enough that someone would be able to spot it if they've seen it before, right? Because I draw comics, and if someone looks too generic, it's like, who's that again? And when you go to someone like Spider Man, or not Spider Man, Spider Man has a mask, you know which one that is. But like Superman, he has the curl, right? So he looks like a generic white dude, but he has the Superman curl. So you're gonna know that's Superman, no matter who's playing him or who drew him. You kind of know. So I like to make sure I do that. I have I'm doing a comic right now, and the main character has interesting eyes, right? Both his eyes are different, and then, but he also um has a scar on his lip. So That's not something that's too distinct. So if you see a bald character with a scar there, even if his eyes are closed, you're gonna know, oh, okay, it's probably that character. You know what I mean? So that's personally what I like to do. You can't give everybody a scar or a tattoo, but you could do it for your main characters and see if it hits, you know? And, all right, let's see. This will keep them a little tighter. Like he's thinking, like he's being inquisitive always. And then he's black, so let's do a broader nose. And then it's a longer, I don't know what the middle of the between the lip and the thing and the nose is called, but let's make that a little longer on him because he has a longer face. Um, then cheekbones are out because again, skinny dude. I'm not sure if that's what that means, but it affects the look. Yeah, no, if you're bigger, I feel like your cheekbones are less pronounced. I say as I try to look at myself through the other screen. And then, I don't know, I always like bigger eyebrows. I don't know, every character I do. It's rare to have thin eyebrows with my characters. But those are too high. And then I'm going to bring them in a little bit. Oop. And then oh, that would be crazy. That's too much. Plus, it'd be covered by the hair too. I'm trying to figure out a place to put like a tattoo, which I think this character would have one because he's such a creative. So I feel like he's like that classic example of one. Hmm. Oh, would be wild. I'm not gonna do it, but if you had one right in the middle, like a third eye type deal, not gonna do that. But that's crazy. No, I think just along the eyebrow. I see that sometimes. Um, just like there. Let me look at a prism. Make sure it's a triangle, not a diamond. Prism. Oh, okay, right. It's the I don't know how I forgot this, but it's the basically the long pyramid, like that. That's the prism. Light refracts into its base components, which always was cool to me. And then if you put a prism next to another prism, it goes back into regular light. What is science even? You know what I mean? That's dope as hell. um, and now I'm looking at prisms and light. I'm not gonna go down a rabbit hole, I swear. At least not on the stream. But it's interesting. The wavelengths of light, right? You have the hotter, slower wavelength of red, and go up to the faster one of blue. Or not, blue's not the fastest. What is it? Violet? I think violet's the strongest. And then it gets into ranges we can't see, which is bull if you ask me. The hell? What are we missing? We can't see so much of the world? What are we missing? I'm surprised there isn't a conspiracy theory based off of that. I don't know what it would be, but just the fact that we can't see the whole spectrum. What if ghosts are just in a different spectrum? And some people who could see slightly better are the ones that could see them. Ooh, conspiracy theory. If anyone's listening, run with that. I don't know if I'm gonna do the full pyramid. Turn on the brush. I'm gonna do the full pyramid or the full prism, or just the. No, we'll do the full one. It's interesting. Um, hmm. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this here. We'll see. I might skip on to the next thing because it's not a bad place to put it, but I don't know if it's the best place to put it, or if he should have a. I don't know. I'm gonna give him a tattoo. Um, yeah, let's leave it there, and then He doesn't have this hair, but I'll just put it there because I feel like I need to stand in from where it does start. And that's more or less good split. Like this should be the same size as this, should be down to like here, should be down to here. And it's more or less that. So it's pretty balanced. Looks sad. His face is long though. Let's bring this up a little bit. His chin is a little small. There we go. And then he's a small dude, so let's have it like that. And then when I do the other characters that are a part of this story, not this story, but of the short series I'm making, I'm gonna make them stronger, more superhero like. This guy, his powers are very non physical. He doesn't necessarily have to be the one fighting when he uses his powers. He's more of a not a support character because he's strong. He's just not he's very strong. He's just not an upfront fighter. It's like Gaara from Naruto. He is a really strong character, but he's not necessarily the one who's going to get into a hand-to-hand fight with you. Which I like when I see those characters because, yeah, of course, not every fighting style is going to be crazy like that, right? It'd be the one where, oh, this character's gonna knock you out. They're not gonna knock you out. They're probably gonna mess with you from afar. No, I don't like that. Maybe. Triangle. Like earring type deal. I don't know. That's not a for sure design element. But something maybe. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but yeah, no, I'm gonna take it out. I might do suns, little suns there instead, but I'll think about that once it's finished. Earrings are, excuse me, thing that's super easy to put in, so doesn't matter. All right, brush. We are going to. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna start inking. I'm still trying to think what his colors are going to be. But I'm pretty sure yellow, red, orange are probably going to be what it is. Yeah, yellow, red, orange. I think that'll look pretty cool, even with his vibe there. I don't know if whether I should draw that again. No, I'm not going to draw it again. All right. All right. Usually when I ink, I go 10 pixels, and this is for the board. It's 11 by 17. Yeah, it's 11 by 17. And that's usually what I work in when it comes to most stuff. Is either 1117 vertical or 1117 horizontal. Unless it's for Instagram, then I'll work square or 10 by 8, I think. I don't know. I have it all preset. So so I just have a new file and I just click the one. I think it's good. Let me grab the face while I do this. I don't know if I should just overlay it. FX, let's go blue. And then it's pretty balanced when it comes to the face. I didn't draw it too far from what it already was, which is good. I also have to turn down the opacity, not too much. Yeah, that works. And then bring the inking layer to the top. Alright, and now let's get started. I'm not sure how I'm gonna show the rainbow eyes with just ink. Maybe I'll have them like swirl or something, or maybe they're like Rinnegan, where it's like each and every color. I don't know. I'll decide as I go. Well, starting with it, but hey, whatever. That's the method. Let's get lifted as I get ballistic. I was tempted to make the eyes prismatic too, like that, but then I'm like, I think that's too far. But also maybe not, right? Because maybe that's what allows him to see into different forms of light. This is weird irises, which wouldn't be bad. Then I could kind of like shift his eyes like that, and then each one is like earth tones, heat, cold type deal. I'm not mad at that. We'll play with that. Um, Ever since watching Naruto, I've been obsessed with the Rinnegan, the Bakugan, all the eye powers. So I love giving my character eye powers. Yeah, we'll see how that looks in the end. Eyelids, can't really see that. Broad nose. This is my analog for everything, right? It's not gonna look exact because it's not really how I draw, unless I really need to. Um, but when it comes to style, I'm more like um, somewhere in between comics and manga, I'd say, since those are my two uh, yeah, since those are my two, what's it called? Uh, my styles are derived from those because those are what I consume the most, for sure. I have some books on like fine artists and illustrators. Um, but if it's to what I'm actually looking at, it's definitely comic books and manga and all over the place, not really one specific person. But I am really into I forget his name, but the guy who does Jujutsu Kaisen, really into it right now. And they're doing some fun stuff. The character they're on right now, I really like his design's dope as hell. And he's kind of like a thuggy character, and I love when they do that in manga because I don't know, I just feel like characters like Okuyasu, for example, from the fourth part of JoJo's, love that. And they're a little more rough around the edges, and they have that, but it's not like how people are rough around the edges here. They're a little more expressive. It's fun. Then we'll do the prism. I drew it on a bad angle. I'll do that later. I don't know why. My brain's not letting me do it right now. I'm just gonna flip this eye because I don't feel like drawing all that again. Arrange, select, flip horizontal. We'll just place that there. Then merge down. Fix fix that a little bit. I'll do the rest of the face and then the glasses and then the hair. Yeah. I really need to practice ears because I feel like I draw all the ears the same, and um, like who thinks about ears, you know? But like you have to draw a bunch of different characters. The ears are barely different. I'm like, is that the right thing to do? I don't know. Get confused, and that's just not something you look at like with people. So like, I don't know if it's weird that everyone has the same ears or not. Because I've never ever noticed someone else's ears until I recently got obsessed with the idea. The idea for art, anyways. I was making my comic. Like, you got elf ears. I understand the difference. Those are pointy, right? But I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go on a whole study thing with ears a little bit because I'm a weird artist. Not a weird artist, but I'm weird and an artist, I guess is the thing. But I guess we should all know kind of what ears look like. I'm talking about literally nothing right now. But so far, I'm liking what I'm doing. I hate when the face isn't like super symmetrical, and it like never is. I feel. Hmm. All right. It's better, I think. Yeah, it's better. And then with his haircut, he has a fade here, and then longer hair here that he does stuff with. So I can go up to here, and then not really have a problem, and then same there. And then go about there. Alright, cool. And then his glasses are riding low because you can see it, so you can see his eyes. Yeah, I like his eyes because you gotta show like have one reason why, um, like show that they're a demigod in one way or another, right? They're super skinny. It's like that's not imposing, but the eyes are interesting, and his father's not a god like Zeus where it's super showy, right? But he's a powerful one relatively. I feel like it's gotta be bigger than that. I'm gonna Google circle glasses just to make sure the sizing isn't ridiculous. Um, oh, the first the first thing that came up are these tinted wrapped glasses, the ones that kind of go like how Cyclops has it, and I've always wanted though. I don't know why I haven't. I don't know why I haven't bought those for myself, but I've always been obsessed with them. Like since I was little, I was like, those are the dopest. And I was like, when I was little, I was like, if I ever have, because my mom has glasses, so I assumed that I'd need them too. I was like, if I ever have glasses, I'm going to get those. And that's the only thing I'll wear. Now I'm like, well, that would be absolutely ridiculous, but it's a vibe and a half. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad at that if I had to. If a genie was like, oh, you only have to wear these, or you have to only wear these. All right, I don't mind too much. I'd probably get questions, but after a while, people would be like, "Oh no, it's just Trey. He likes his visor glasses." I'm trying to make that more of a circle. So the ones I looked at are quite big, right? But they're mostly ladies, and they're all clear, right? So it's a little different, but it's not bad. Plus, I'll turn off these layers and check out how. All right, I'm not mad at that. I still don't know if it should be bigger, right? Like if it was like that. No. Yeah, no. The smaller is better, in my opinion. And then we're literally just gonna do the same thing, just with what we did with the eyes. Just gonna copy. Flip it. Honestly, for this, I should just throw on the mirror tool, but I feel like the nose should be over, like it would be like that. I don't know. I'm gonna see how that looks. Is that weird? I don't know if it's weird, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Oops. I'm going to make his pupils dark. I'm thinking about making them white, right? And then that way should I make them white? That'd be cool. That way the light is like in his eyes, all of it, not just the rainbow light, but the white light as well. Right, and then the cover of this short story could just be his eyes, really. And then on the outside has a ring of light too. I think that looks cool. Black and white. I don't know how well it reads, especially at this close, but I think that's going to be awesome. And especially, and him like emitting light from his pupils, it would be a good reason for him to cover them up, right? Because I think otherwise you could be like, oh no, they're just contacts. This one, it's like, no, bro, your eyes are literally glowing. What kind of contacts are those? You know? And you probably couldn't wear contacts because they'd still be glowing underneath, right? Excuse me. Jeez. Oh, whoa. That looks sick, I think. That's gonna look cool in this in color. Okay, the tattoo is all I need, and then I'm finished with the face template. Well, it's gonna follow his eyebrow up. One, two, three, four. There we go. All right. I'm not mad at that. And Who's mad at a geometric tattoo, am I right? Yeah, I want it exactly on the line. Alright, there. It's a little off. There's 3 of them, right? So we'll start it right there. We could turn that guy off. Now, I think I'm going to do the hair later just because braids are not my strong suit. So we'll leave that till later. We'll have to worry about it. And then get into the clothing. I'm going to copy this just because it's going to be the same for that one. Except for, yeah, no, it's going to be exactly the same how we have it. Because I haven't added hair or any piece of clothing. So let's just put that there. And let's continue. Why I love this costume or this outfit is it reminds me something a Kanye might wear. Like if you took old Kanye and new Kanye and fused that, I feel like the clothing would look exactly like this. And I think that's exactly what something like this character would be into. Ink, in my opinion, inking is definitely harder than the sketching. It's a less comfortable thing because you have to think of where every line is. I think sketching and then the shading are my favorite parts of making a drawing because they're almost automatic, even though you still have to think with a sketch, especially about like what you're doing with it, in the sense of how the design is going to be and all that. There's still something very chill about it, especially the first thing I did when I created the 4 or 5 concepts that I did. That was good because it was just playing around, right? Concept art is hella fun because you barely have to think if you know kind of the realm it already is in. Like God of War. Oh, we're making a jacked Greek guy. All right, let me let me play with that, and then you just go further and further down the rabbit hole till you have something cool. I love that. And especially if it's a loose concept, like a loose idea of what you're doing, that's real fun. Unless it's for a client, then you're like, Tell me what you want so I could actually get it done. But if it's just for myself, if I go in with a loose concept, like I kind of want to do something like this, it's always fun. Oops. Yeah, this is a much slower process than the sketching. That is fine. This character's gonna look cool afterwards. Um, when I was watching Stranger Things, something I heard and just randomly, I think I would listen to this conspiracy theory podcast, because conspiracy theories are wonderful for story ideas, in my opinion. Um, but I was listening to this conspiracy theory podcast, and about they're talking about this thing, and then it came up in Stranger Things, and I was like the exact thing, and now it looks like it's going to be a whole plot line, and I'm like, that is so weird how that happens sometimes, huh? I would have never known, and it wasn't a new episode either. It was like an older episode. Um, it had to do with apparently, like, I think it was the '80s. They thought Dungeons and Dragons was a game for devil worshippers or something like that, which is insane. But especially now when we have and like it incited violence and stuff, and that's so ridiculous. If you, especially because of the games we have now that are actually violent, and Dungeons and Dragons is just like a game you play in your imagination. It's so wild, but people love that. That happened with comic books too back in the day. They love to get on a bandwagon and be like, you know what, this thing is awful, even if it's fine. Comics are corrupting your children. What? Tell me, in what world does that make sense? Books, my dude? Um, uh, thing I always thought was interesting were like book burnings or CD burnings when they would buy a ton of that product and then burn it. It's like, bro, you're just helping them out. I don't understand this. I wish someone did a book burning of my comic all over North America, Europe, wherever. Buy my stuff just to burn it. And then this day and age, people love to check out the wild thing, so that just gives you more press, right? Someone had a book burning of that comic. I'm getting that comic. Because, what the heck? What's in there? Why is it so crazy? And then I'd learn, obviously, it's not, because people are just dumb. Alright, this is getting somewhere. Oops. What am I doing? Okay, that's what I'm doing. or it's gonna go a little quicker. Well, it shouldn't, because I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like this is more of a fuzzy texture, so I feel like every now and again I should do like a that. But also that's bad for if I'm gonna want to color it later. So I'm just gonna hard line it out, and then after I'll go back and probably add those colors in black or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm hearing Top Gun is great from everybody. I went to get food today, and the lady was like, "Oh, I seen Top Gun, and it was really good. I went with my friends, and blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh, damn! I'd never think to see Top Gun." But I heard it on a few podcasts. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then I heard it in person. I was like, oh, damn. That doesn't usually happen, okay. Especially nowadays. But might have to go see it. But I gotta go see Multiverse of Madness first. Cause I love Doctor Strange and I haven't seen it yet. It's ridiculous at this point. So I gotta go see that, and then I'm gonna go see Top Gun, the new Top Gun, because it is apparently the thing to see. I've never seen the first one. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that before or not, but I wouldn't even know where to watch that. It's probably on like Netflix or Amazon or one of the zillion other streaming services I have. But I'm just surprised at the reaction. And they've had it ready for like 4 years. Not four. How long have we been in the pandemic? Probably, I think like 6 months before the pandemic, they had it ready and they're gonna release it. And then the pandemic happened, and everyone was like, "Oh, we want these people to see it in the theaters. We'll just chill out." And that's working out for them, which is awesome. I love when you hear weird stuff like that. But yeah, so that's on the list now. And Kenobi's dope as hell. I watched the third episode yesterday, I think, and that one got me hype. Afterwards, I was like, I gotta make my comic, because anytime I see anything really cool, I'm like, my thing could be like that one day, or at least one of my story ideas. So, and you won't know until it's out there. That's an important thing to remember as a creator. You don't know how it's going to be received until it's out there in the public and people actually get to see it. Because if it's received like a Star Wars, well, A, you're set for life, but B, um, you would, I assume anyone would be super happy to have that happen to them. So you just got to create that thing you've been wanting to create. And that's important. Sometimes people aren't even good, but they get chances just because they made stuff, right? So making stuff is important. Even if it ends up like no one sees it, hey, we made it. Someone might see it later. That happens all the time. Where oh, this person blew up from nowhere, but they had a back catalog of a million things. So now they're not only in it for that cool thing they recently made, but that interesting stuff that they made not they made before that. And then sometimes people like that more than they like the other stuff. So, or like the stuff you got popular for. So, important to just do stuff. I think this year I really learned that. And I'm on my just on my grind to make things because of that reason, you know? Because before I was like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'll do it when I'm good enough. And now I'm better than I was then, but I'm like, I got work to do. But I think everyone thinks like that. I don't think you can be an artist and not be like, I gotta be better at what I'm doing. Because I think that's how you become great, is not totally liking what you do. I don't know if that's an unhealthy way to think about it, but I think that's the case. Because the other option is just being content with what you got. And then you're just going to, even if you continue to make stuff, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get better. And that's a nightmare, you know, for me, anyways. If I just had to stay in a state of frozenness, I couldn't get any better, couldn't learn more. I love learning. I got books on my couch. That's how much I love learning. A full bookshelf of cupboards where dishes should go, and where that are full of books, and then my couch is full of books, and then I have books right next to me. It's crazy. Most of them are sketchbooks, honestly. I do have like 15 sketchbooks just sitting on my desk. I definitely don't use them all. And it makes no sense. I have 15 sketchbooks on my desk, but the one I actually use is on the floor for some reason. Which makes absolutely no sense, but this one's almost full, which I'm happy about. Look at all that. Not sure if I even put that in the right thing, but yeah, I just dropped it on the floor. It should be right beside me, but I'm not even sure why I put it there. I have another book that I was reading about Greek mythology down there too. I don't understand my my logic with that one, but also sometimes I have a controlled mess. It's not even a mess. It's just two books, but like and then I'm just doing rips and tears on the shirt. It's like a design aesthetic type deal, like the how Kanye's line was or is. I don't know if he still is doing that, like the ripped homeless esque clothing. And I think that's the genius of marketing and a name in general is hey, buy these clothes that your your regular clothes will get like eventually. But there's that whole vintage rise too, right? Which I don't understand. I like my stuff new, but that could be because I am uncultured. Thrifting too is something I do. Well, that's the same vintage thing, right? Thrifting and vintage shopping are the same thing, except for I think vintage has a higher price tag, right? But and I heard that, but this is all a while ago. I'm not sure if it's still a thing. But then again, I've been inside for 2 years now, so I don't know what anyone's doing. I hope those look like scrapes, because just getting that texture on a t-shirt and on a shirt, it's kind of hard to replicate just with line work. But also, I don't think it looks that bad. Yeah, no, I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. He looks so serious. I'm probably gonna give him like a smirk or something. I can't have him looking that serious. It's crazy. Oh, and he doesn't have the glasses, the frames that go to his ears. So I'm gonna give him a small smirk, just so he doesn't look totally miserable. That side will just be a little normal. There, even that looks a little better. And then what else did I say? Yeah, but I don't know. It's, but I think that Bat made it better in and of itself, just barely. But that's how important expressions are, huh? Um, right now I'm listening to Gangsta Gangsta, or no, Dope Man by NWA, and I want to sing along, but that song is wild. So everything they say is crazy, but I love it. NWA is definitely a vibe. Um, yeah, I like that better. Get this a little higher. Oops. And doing stuff like this where I'm just kind of putting little details on, and they're little details that don't totally matter, so it's just like whatever. That's calming to me as well, because I don't know, it's all design work. It's not really super. I don't have to think about it too much. It's just like more abstract design. binge culture has made me so greedy when it comes to shows. Me watching Obi-Wan, I'm so mad when there's only one episode to watch. It's like, let me watch it all now. But then Disney Plus and their episodic thing has made me be able to like parse out my binging from Netflix. So now I'm like at this weird place of balance with my TV shows. Not complete balance though. I'm balance with the binging. I don't do that as much anymore. But not balance with the weekly shows because I'm still like, this is too much. Now when it's a few shows at one time, that's fine. Like when I got like 3 shows I'm watching and they're all weekly, I could deal with that because I'm distracted enough. But now I got like one right now, and that's just Kenobi or Obi-Wan. And it's really good in my opinion, especially after Boba Fett, which I enjoyed but I didn't think was good. Um, this one I'm hype, but it's like Obi-Wan, right? It's probably my favorite character from the prequels. Um, and then my second favorite in the Clone Wars show. I actually really liked Anakin in the Clone Wars show. They did him right there. Um, I almost wish they did um, make it like they could have done it in 3 episodes if Clone Wars covered both the Clone Wars and like origin, how Anakin got to space, and then got to space, got to the Jedi, and then you have two whole movies to show Anakin's turn to bad, which needed 2 movies. I don't think they did it right because it happened so fast, right? How do you portray everything you know in like it felt like a day? And just because you're sort of peeved and a little worried for something that didn't happen yet, I think it should have been so much more than that. It didn't make sense to me. And I feel like his turn should have made sense because he's a literal hero, right? So, how does a hero turn bad? Hell, even if he was just a Jedi, oh, this is Anakin. He's a Jedi and he works with Obi-Wan. Um, and then they just went off and it was all 3 movies his turn. That would be beautiful, right? Because you know who this guy's gonna become, just how, and they didn't do the how right. I also personally don't think that it's good that he became spoilers, I guess, but it's an old ass movie now. I personally don't think how he became Vader was great. I think when he was fighting Obi-Wan, he should have been sort of injured. Obviously lost, but sort of injured. And because I have a slight obsession with Order 66, I feel like he should have um, just going through his journeys from the Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope. He should have slowly been breaking down because of the dark side and because of hunting Jedi. I think that would be so dope. And I think that would be able to make so much more content, right? Like if Obi-Wan chopped off an arm and then left him with the the burnt lungs, no Um, but his legs are fine, and or maybe chopped off a leg and left him, and then he got the burnt lungs. That, but no skin burns. No, he has his other arm, and then you see him, and he's all dark side, long hair. He has the rebreather, but nothing else, not the whole suit, and a new leg. And then the next adventure he goes on, he messes up. His arm gets chopped off, and he slowly gets stronger the more machine he becomes, and more in tune with the dark side the more machine he becomes, right? And then he and then that way he becomes more machine than man. It's not just because his master messed him up, it's his own fault, right? It's a consequence of the dark side, and it's a consequence of him being evil and actively hunting these people, right? I don't know, I like that idea, but anyways, I think Darth Vader is going to be really cool in this series. So he's cool with everything. When he was at the end of um Rogue One, was it Rogue One? Yeah, I think so. um that was the highlight of the movie to me. Just out here being a force of nature. So dope. Yeah, I have a lot of ideas for Star Wars. I have some ideas for just like a totally different, separate Star Wars story that'd be really cool. That I think would be really cool. Um, I have an idea about how to return uh, Mace Windu. Um, actually wrote an idea when I was little. I was like, Mace Windu's so dope, and then I wrote a whole like little spin-off short story of Mace Windu, and he found a force sensitive kid, and he ends up training him, and then they go and they try to find Darth Vader, but they're never able to. Like they're always one step behind. And then I forget how it ends, but I remember really liking it when I was little. But if I read it now, I'm sure I'd be like, "Oh, this story's kind of trash." It's like I found my first comic not too long ago, and then I read it, and I'm like, "This is so weird. I don't know why." The story's so strange; it makes no sense at all. But also, it was just a little me making a fun story. And this mix of of like superheroes and Futurama. This shirt is really ripped. series. All right, there we go. Alrighty. We're getting somewhere. What am I listening to? Okay. One of these days, I'm gonna try no undo. See what see what happens. I'm obsessed with the undo button. I think most people do digital art, but still. Most of the time I'm fine with it, and then sometimes I'm like, am I cheating? Which, no, there's no cheating in art. As long as you make cool shit, you made it, right? Um, it's like sometimes people use projections and then trace those. And I'm like, is the final image dope? Well, it's not cheating. I don't like when people say it is. Makes no sense. The one thing I don't love in art is minimalism. But if you got a bunch of people to get hype and then buy a line painted on canvas for millions of dollars, I salute you. I can't be mad. I'm thinking that's not art, but I'm also like, that guy's a businessman. That's awesome. Sometimes I'm like, should I do that type of stuff on the side? But I don't think I see. I don't know. My light's flickering, and I don't know why. It's annoying. Oh, that's why. Okay. I plugged my watch in, and then into the same thing, I had my light on in. I guess it was too much for my computer to do. It's both USB stuff. What was I talking about? I have no clue what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, the business of art. Yeah, no cheating in art. It's not a thing. Um, and even if you do something that is easy, like there's this guy, I think it's Brendan Callan or something like that, and he has these like spill paint setups, and then he does abstract stuff, and he gets comments every day, like or not every day, but like a lot of the time when I go on YouTube or on Instagram and see his stuff, he gets comments like, oh, my son can do this and stuff like that. But the thing is, y'all didn't though, and he's making his money, so why be mad? You know what I mean? I respect the hell out of that. Do I love the work? uh I don't love it. um it does look cool sometimes, but after once or twice, I think it's like very similar. But also, he did it. He's doing his thing, and he's making his money doing art. That's dope as hell. I think people get that confused sometimes. I don't even know if they get it confused, but they just don't think about it like that. But I don't think you should be mad at something like that, because I celebrate it. Like I see stuff like that, kind of like I mean no disrespect from something like this, but I see it like the pet rock. Like, oh, you dressed up a rock and sold it. That is dope as hell. And you made so much money from it. That's dope as hell. So as long as it's legal and never disrespect someone's hustle. What brush do I have this? It's doing this light. But that's just what I think. I don't know. Another one I don't really get is realism. It's a lot of talent to do something like that. Realism painters are awesome, but when you're copying an image, I'm like, there's so much. There's so much you can do with art, right? And that art specifically, if it's realistic and if it's realistic, but you do cool shit with it, whether it's anything, I don't know, right? Fantasy stuff, sci-fi stuff, um, concepting weird things. If it's realistic, if you can do realistic and you do that stuff, or even abstract, I see people do realistic on one portion, but abstract on another, and I always love how that looks. Um, and I know it's all not all about my stuff or the stuff I like, but but that's just my thoughts. You know what I mean? But the talent to do that stuff is wild because I'd have to put a lot of time if I decide to do realism. I can, but like it's not something I love doing. Especially because I don't think my work would be better for it because I'm just trying to convey a story most of the time, right? So I don't need to go so far to do it. But one of my favorite comic artists is pretty realistic. It's Alex Ross. I don't know why I forgot his name. It's getting late, that's why. But it's like it's 2:41. Um but yeah, and he's one of my favorite comic artists. But when it's just of a picture that already exists, I'm like, why? Why? It doesn't make much sense to me. But I seen someone on TikTok recently be like, "Oh, but have you ever seen them up close? All the brushstrokes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not against it. Again, hella talented people that do that. I just don't understand the copying of something. But you can make a great living doing that with like portraits and such. And I'm sure a lot of people doing that are making more money than I am. But I don't fully understand it. But I mean like ultra realism. I'm not talking about like there are people who are realistic but their styles come out while they do it. And that I love. There's like people like Sargent or um well, that's apparently the only person I can think about right now. But no, like more fine artists, like and think of any fine artist, right? From back in the day, especially. But they're depicting something, even if they got people to stand there and take reference. It's a little different. It's just the static images I don't understand, right? Because if you have a realistic image and you set it up to be have an interesting background, and they're in an interesting pose. I love that. So I think my problem's less with realism and more with boring concepts. I guess. Is that rude to say? I don't know. It's just boring concepts. Because some realistic people, now that I'm thinking about, freaking kill it. But turn the hand a little in. Listening to Flavor in Your Ear. Love that song. Um, so, like I said earlier, I'm reading the Lightbringer, and I'm almost finished it. I'm on the last book, and I am like 2/3 through it. So I won't be on it for too much longer. I'm trying to figure out what I'm reading next. I have the first series for the Stormlight Archive. I got that, but I also got oh, this other book. I forget what it's called, but it I think I'm gonna read that next because the page count is just less, and it's gonna be nice after I read like 5 different books that are like 700 plus pages. Um, and this one looks like it's about 4, which is almost half the size. So that's good. But the book is but the Brandon Sanderson's one, the Stormlight Archive, is more. I think it's like 1,000 for the first one. Now don't quote me on that because I don't know, but it is more. um So the other one, I forget the name, but the magic system is you're able to like code simple tasks into objects. And I'm like, that's such a vague magic system. It's vague and specific that you could probably do a lot of fun things with it. Like, that's why I like hard magic systems, is because the more rules you put on it, the more ways people find to kind of maneuver around those rules. Not necessarily break them, but because then they wouldn't be a hard magic system anymore. But just work with the rules and just make cooler things happen in that story, you know? So I'm looking forward to that book, whatever it's called. But it's a trilogy. I'm pretty sure there's three of those. And it's finished, which the Stormlight Archive is not. And I'm not trying to wait for a book because like I said before, I don't know why I would draw his fingers so straight. That makes no sense. No one does that. And the Stormlight Archive is not finished. There's like 5 books out right now, but it's not finished. So if I read this trilogy, and then start the Stormlight Archive, assuming I'll like it because everyone says Brandon Sanderson is great, and I haven't read anything from him. But I did look at his writing courses he has on his YouTube channel, which are wonderful. So I think just from that, I'd like him. But these are, what am I doing with these fingers? I don't know why I'm having trouble. But yeah, that's my that's the update on my reading list currently. I'm also reading Jujutsu Kaisen every week, which is hype, and Boruto every month, which I don't know how I feel about it. It's better than it was, but I don't like the Otsutsuki. Like, why bring in aliens in it? They could have finished that story fine without aliens, and then they could have continued on with his son without aliens, and it would have been good. I have an idea for that one too. All I do all day is make up ideas for properties that I like. So if anyone's out there who wants to hire me for dope ideas, let's go. Step him in his tracks. This. I'm listening to the doc. Which song? Is it funky enough? Or it's funky enough? It's funky enough. And the doc is dope. Oh, that's good enough. I'll make his fingers a little longer. And then call it a day with that hand. Hey, it's becoming a thing. Yeah, oh, that's good. And when I do the final, I'm probably gonna do some texturing for the material of the shirt. Just like some probably not with this though, but just some yeah, just to make it look like it's woven or whatever the heck, you know what I mean? Or knit. That's what I was trying to think of. These anytime I have to do sun rays, I'm not totally happy with it. I wonder if instead I should do like have it all connected. I'm gonna do two different layers. Just see what looks better. That's always the better decision in my opinion. Um, and then that little jean flap. And then got like skinny jeans on or whatever. Out of all the concepts I made, this is probably the furthest from what I'd actually wear, and I think that's why I like it because I don't know. I feel like if you like fashion, you're gonna be a little uncomfortable, and then the sweater's probably comfortable, but it might be itchy. But none of it's actually touching him, so it's probably just the. And is this shirt even buttoned up? It might be buttoned up in the middle. I don't. I don't know why he would button up his shirt at all, but I don't know. Hmm. Then his knees out. Then all right. That's something. Yeah, no, I think that works. Yeah, no, I think this is turning out pretty decent, personally. This will be a good one. I'm gonna do the other one next time, but for this, I'll finish it up. With the rips. And how they have the rips, but the fabric's not totally broken or whatever. Add the little fabrics in there. And shoes, which we all know is the funnest part. I say that with sarcasm because my shoes always look awkward. I'll pull a Liefeld and just put a rock in front of it. That might have been a deep cut joke. It was a nerdy comic joke. I don't know if anyone would have gotten that. Some people, I'm sure. I should do a hands and feet binge where I just would draw both 10 hands and 10 feet every morning. Like who's that guy that did that with the heads? Something I'll do. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to him. I haven't seen anything from him in a while though. He's a great artist. I'm just not a name guy. Names always escape me. I don't know why. Faces? Never. I don't remember a face for eternity. But names? Forget about it. Oops. I should do that challenge, the hands challenge, and then I should do the no zoom in challenge as well. That challenge, no zoom in challenge, and no backspace challenge. We'll just have a miserable week. Alright. I'll put those closer together. longer. It might be too uniform, but they. Oh, whoops. But they usually are, right? When they're manufactured like that, I think so. So it's not bad. Um, 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. I'm not mad at it. It's a vibe for sure. I like to add lines the direction of whatever wherever the cloth is going sometimes, or the muscle, or whatever the heck I'm drawing. Um, and I think it just adds a little something, you know? Adds a little bit of dimension sometimes. Depending on how much I do, it adds movement. This is just a static pose, so it wouldn't do that. This. But, yeah. Alright, next shoe. It's just picking a new song because I didn't feel like listening to the one that was on. Now I'm listening to Okidoki Yo by is it G Dragon? No, Minnow. It's like I think it's Korean rap. I could be wrong. I found it in like a K-pop type mix, like a hip hop. You know what I mean. But it's fire. I love when people rap in other languages. Sounds so good sometimes. Whatever German rap, fire. French rap can be pretty cool. If these glasses don't make them look like an old lady. put here the bridge or the like the hinge. Then I'm going to do a thick line and then I'll just race the middle because more often than not, that's the easiest way to do it. You know what I mean? And if I need to thicken up that line, I do. Ain't nothing but a thing. Alrighty. Okay. Look at those eyes, huh? Aren't those dope as heck? Now imagine them colored. Awesome. Alright, is it just the hair now? Oh, and the sun rays. Yeah. Nah, I think he looks cool, personally. Right? You can see this guy leading you through an art gallery. Or rapping. Or designing some dope clothes. I think so. Or like homeless. Depending on the day, you know. I don't think that's in the middle. Yeah, it was. Honestly, I never know what I'm doing when it comes to braids. But sometimes they look pretty good. You know? So my thing, I'm gonna move it over a little bit. My thing is, do I? Yeah, all right. And then gotta like, and then I'll just erase the other ones. It's also a bad habit of mine, turning the thing. But I don't know with this app how to change the camera. Like not the camera, but the position. Which honestly I could Google it, but I've never been that invested. It's only when streaming where I think it's a bad habit. When I actually do it, it's like, oh, I turn my page, so why wouldn't I turn the computer? Oops. This one, just do that. All right, I think that works. Oops. The one problem with listening to rap in other languages is I get hype and I want to sing it too because I've listened to it so many times I know it. But especially with the one I'm listening to now, I feel like it's racist if I try. Is that ridiculous to say? I don't know, but it's a thing. I am kind of like, I'll just bob my head to this, you know. I'd like to fully enjoy it, but probably not the greatest call. Hmm. Does that look good? Or is that too much? You know when people have the line. I'm gonna keep it. Why not? It's kind of cool. Hmm. Let's do that. This is headlong. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. No, it shouldn't be. I don't know. I'm gonna finish it first and then make my assumption. Let me see if I could just copy this. Honestly, makes it so much easier. Why spend the time when you don't gotta? Oops. Alright, erase that. Then go down here, erase this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's where. And then let's go down here, erase the rest of that. We'll it's got to fade, and then when I shade it, I'll show that. It goes to like a 0. Interesting. I'm not mad at it. It's definitely interesting. We'll merge it down, and then we do the 2 braids at the side, and then we're almost done, people. Damn. Yeah, I already forget how to do braids. I don't know how to end it though. Like, I don't want there to just be a puff of air. Should there be like a. Check that out in my Google. Nail braids. And how would one finish that? Just kind of end. I'm gonna cap it with a gold. Just be like a gold. hair cap, I guess. I don't know. Super duper, Olympus. Was gonna Oops by Young Gravy. Ridiculous artist. Like funny. Ridiculous. But he's also good. I was there we go. Let's just do that. I think I was in like the top 1% of listenership for him last last Spotify breakdown, which is hilarious to me. Oh yeah, if his hair's that long, he's gonna have to have the long dreads in this one. I might make it go like down like that. We'll see how that looks. No. Wait, did I do the eyes there? I did. Okay, good. And again, we're gonna copy paste because why would we do that again, huh? Oops. Copy paste. Then there. And then I'll just outline that. Honestly, I'm not mad at this. This isn't the type of character design I usually do, right? This guy is so different than my usual style of things, but I think it looks good. I'll put the sun rays on here, which I don't know if I need. Yeah, no, I'll put it. Or I could do a triangle, but no, I'm not gonna do that. So first, I'm gonna see if a connected all the way around will look good. But so far, I'm not liking it. I don't know if it's technique. It's probably technique. 1, 2. Honestly, hold on. Do I have a thing? I wonder if I can make these more circular. I don't think so. And they're not in Honestly, I'm gonna finish this later. If I finish this, I mean, this is pretty much done. I think I'm going to. All right, I'm going to find the holes in that because that's all good. Okay, I'm going to outline it. And then I should check my tolerance before I even do this. All right. Now, let's try it out. Ugh, come on, really? It's my tolerance. I'm going to put it up a little bit. All right. What am I missing? I mean, it's possible. Could just been that. Alrighty, let's go. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then let's go add there. Is there anywhere else? Okay, so now I have it all selected. So I'm going to grow the selection like 3. It's usually what I do. 2 or 3 is usually good. And then I'm going to invert the selection. And then in another thing, I fill it with gray. I usually go about 50%. All right. I'll do it go lower. What is this? 25? That's 25. There we go. And then there we go. That is the first complete character design. This interesting looking artist who has the power of light on his side. I'm going to finish the sun logo later just because I'm not trying to make triangles right now. No. I don't know if Monday I'm going to work on this one, work on this character design when he makes his transformation into space demigod. or if I'm going to do it off camera. Regardless, I'm going to record it and I'll probably upload the process here. But so far, we got his hipster version. And that was fun. I don't usually create characters like this. Um, so happy to do stuff like that. And let me turn that off. And if I do the other one, on the next stream, I'm going to color them both and shade them both, and then probably go through a list of powers and stuff like that and see what he can actually do. Uh, Maybe create an actual pose for him, not just like a resting pose. You know what I mean? So that's it for today. I'm gonna go read, then go to sleep because it's 3:30. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Check me out on my social medias. Everything is Trudell the Comic God, or a variant of which. But check me out on my Instagram. Really is where I am mostly, and that's Trudell the Comic God. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a wonderful time, especially if you're still listening, and have a blessed day. Peace out.